What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Lone Wolv Podcast. I'm your host, Wolfson, and today's episode, we got a special guest in the building, and it's the one and only Archie. That's right, Archie's back again for this week's episode, and we're going to talk about the relevancy of certain artists that are already established in the industry that try to make themselves relevant again in the industry by using using the superstars or the even bigger established artists, their platforms, such as having a collab with them or even attacking them on social media or even subliminal messages through their music. It's definitely something to talk about because it's literally becoming much more uncommon than usual, and we don't usually get to see this that often, and it's happening more that it's becoming much more popular to just diss somebody than just to make yourself but no, they just want to be on top of the game, want to be relevant here and there, and just to be. It's insane how things are moving forward. Instead of having positive stuff happening in the world, no, we need to keep on this negative connotation that's happening. So we're going to talk about that. So be sure to like and subscribe to your weekly episodes at the Lone Wolv Podcast for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and as well to the YouTube channel at lonewolfpod.com. That's lonewolfpod.com, where you can check all my latest episodes. You can also follow me at any of my social medias at Wolfson Music. So if you guys ever want to hit me up, just let me know and see what's up, okay, guys? So without further ado, let's get started. This is the Lone Wolv Podcast. Boom! It'll be funny for the viewers and the listeners,
Yeah.
So, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Lone Wolv Podcast. We got another special guest in the building. Everybody, welcome back, Archie. What's going on, Archie?
What's good, man? Glad you're having me back, man. I guess I was talking about something you was interested in last time.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Every time you come here, it's something interesting to talk about, man. And today's episode is no different than that, man. We're going to talk about this. Archie, let me ask you this. What is the relevancy of an artist when they're utilizing a mainstream artist platforms for them to become relevant in the industry or in the scene itself? What do you think about that stuff?
Well, it's a good tactic. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But a lot of mainstream artists that kind of fall off a little bit, they actually really don't fall off. They have like side things they do. They probably may do a clothing line or some type of get into other venues, and try to promote clubs or try to have a label or try to do something where they can monetize some in the area that they was in before they got, unpopular, is what you probably would think. And to me, once they see a new artist or artist grab a revenue stream and making big on it, they want a piece of that action. So if an artist come out and he blows up his song #1 every week, top 3, top 4, he doing a collab with somebody, he on the billboards, they try to capitalize on that because when they do collabs with people, obviously they probably are newcomer artists who got a big following or still a popular artist that still has a big following. So those revenue streams per each artist are different. So it's like if you put a record out with a popular artist, his management team, his distribution is totally different from your management team and your distribution.
Right.
So now the places you probably couldn't get, you probably gonna get, and the artists that really don't listen to you, who listen to the person you collabing with, or the other way, you're gonna get a boost in monetizing your records now. And so when they see that, like a artist who have, probably fell off, not that popular anymore. He'll either take a jab at him to try to get some news going, to get all of those people and all of those fans who tied to those new records to look at his stuff. And so obviously the thing now is controversy, social media, what topic is hot, who said this to this person, who said this to this person. I remember one time in the music industry, like back in the days when I was in it, you never get on the internet and act like you a gangster or you checking somebody or you trying to go at somebody. That would consider soft back then. But now everybody wants to grab those revenue streams because they tied to so many things, man. You know, so they do that to see if they can catch fire again. Hopefully that little record they've been sleeping on, didn't have no distribution for, somebody will go to their page, oh, he said this, or he trying to release a record. And as always, once they do it, they got some type of product coming out.
Like Kanye? I want to be president of United States of America 2020.
Yeah, there's always a caveat to it. After all the smoke clear, they'll end up telling you why they really did it, to be honest with you.
You think that there's actually there will be people saying there's a reason why I'm doing this? Or is it more like I just doing this because I want to? There's no smoke screen behind it. It's just I want to capitalize this. I want to use this.
9 times out of 10, when it comes to money, even with the Nicki Minaj and the 6ix9ine collabs,
oh jeez,
he was supposed to be the trash, the rat, the this, but you got a mainstream artist with a huge revenue stream with a lot of fans want to do a record with him. Not only that, the people who she know and collab with musically, the rappers all said something bad about him, but she still did the record. Not one record.
No, she did like 2 or 3, right?
Yeah. And then came behind her after the rat record. The one he was talking about, he was, the cartoon rat thing, which was crazy, but
at that point, like, is it because she's supporting somebody that's from New York, even though she's a snitch? I mean, he's a snitch. I mean, I'll call her a she. I mean, I don't even know what the hell he is. Was rainbow color bullshit. Well, but I mean, is she did it because of I support my New Yorkers, even though the majority of the New York people do not like it, do not support him because of the code that he broke that he never knew, but he supposedly knew. Was it more because hey, he's still a New York rapper, I support it, or is it more because let me capitalize? Now that he's a snitch, everybody knows, everybody wants a piece of him.
Well, you got to look at it like this. And especially when you're doing business, you have to look at the numbers. Okay. He was already predestined to get out of jail, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of jail and boom, oh, he a rat, he finna get out, boom, 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 boom. That's the prelims. Now he jump out. Everybody's saying, oh, we ain't messing with him no more. We ain't doing this, do that. Was Nicki not a part of all that? She may not have said nothing, but a lot of her friends, dislike what he did. They say he's a snitch, but she a business person at the end of the day. So we could say from word of mouth, and a lot of times when you hear people say they doing it, a lot of people say they always doing this. Everybody doing it. 9 times out of 10, it's probably about one person, the person who's saying it, who dislike what's going on. When everybody tell you something, they say everybody doing it, and they doing it. No, it's you.
No, it's only you.
Yeah, but what I was saying though, when you look at the black and white, you have to look at when he put that record out. whether you like it or not. Did it reach how many did it do it? I don't think it did 1 billion views.
No, it did like a lot of millions of it reached over hundreds of millions of views. It was something that broke Instagram's record by one artist in one day that reached that many views at that point. Something similar. I could be wrong what I'm saying, but it was something like nobody would have expected that him first thing he gets out is pull up an Instagram live, and the first thing you see is two women slapping each other, like it's shits and diggles and whatnot, and Tekashi right behind us, like, hey girls, hey, what up? Hey, what's up? My IG live, the blah blah blah, and broke the internet that day. It broke the internet.
So listen to this. The only way you can break the internet is by 2 things.
You snitch.
Popularity and fans. Now, I fail to believe that everybody who viewed that video was all Nicki Minaj fans.
Nah.
So
at
Barb's?
Least,
yeah. They weren't all Barb's. Because I actually looked at the record when it came out. I mean, the video. And it was a bunch of people just viewing the video and getting a reaction from them viewing the video.
Right.
I didn't hear anybody saying, you a crab, you this, and boom, 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 do this. They was like, oh, he did that. He did this, boom, 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 he did it. So one thing you can't stop, man, is when people like somebody,
jeez.
I don't care who dislike him. He may be the most popular rapper, the richest person. If he say he don't like him, that don't mean nothing, man. When you win the fans, although you can lose them quick, you win them. And hey, it is what it is.
I just don't know how the hip hop scene itself can be okay by accepting a snitch like Tekashi, like I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people that are angry at the fact that this guy like managed to escape the system by doing the one thing that everybody who grew up to be on the streets supposed to do. Don't snitch, no matter how good or bad. And I cannot fault for him for his reasoning to snitch.
Yeah.
Because the kid is not part of that street gang. So he doesn't, if you're not part of the street gang, then obviously you're not literally breaking the rules. And after they did all the foul shit to you, obviously you will snitch on them. It's like, no, fuck you. I'm not gonna go down with you because you did all this crap on me. But then again, why would, if you know you're not a street gang and you're trying so hard and you try to play with the street life and whatnot, and then you decide to do this, why are you trolling? Why are you doing this crazy shit that you know karma's gonna bite you in the ass? And it did. It put him on jail for how long? Like a year or two? Something like that. I mean, anybody can say whatever they want to say. Oh, Tekashi beat it. No, he didn't. He still ended up going to jail, and that's gonna go on a record. If Tekashi goes broke right now, that has no money whatsoever, he literally cannot apply any job that he wants.
Well, to tell you the truth, I would believe that he probably not broke. When you get out of jail and still be, it's only so much can be rented, especially when you first get out. But a lot of them not really broke. When we say people broke, especially when it comes to money, when we watch them, our broke is we think about what we gonna eat. They broke is I can't buy a Lamborghini next year. I can't buy 2 Lamborghinis next year. Oh my God.
Such a horrible mindset, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I can't get the crib in Honolulu. That's they broke. That's what they filed bankruptcy when they came
wow.
Yeah. Our form of broke is holy crap. I got a little paycheck to paycheck. That's broke.
Yeah.
They not broke. The only person who I ever close to see anything like that I would say not as popular is
MC Hammer.
Well, he kind of did his thing, but who I can say? I mean, just look at the Neptunes. Would you consider them broke and they ain't putting out records like they used to? They had the whole beat market sold up. Everybody was getting tracks from them. The Neptune sound was like on at least, if 100 records play a day, they was on at least 50 of them. So nobody don't want the Neptune beats like they used to, but he's still getting work.
Mm-hmm.
He still do clothing line, ice cream shoes and billionaire something, some clothing line. He got billionaire something, but they still monetizing. They just not monetizing where the mainstream media like fans see it. You know what I mean? But yeah.
How long do you think this gas will last when somebody's trying to use their, they're doing the little trolley things like that?
It depends on who gassing. 6ix9ine can go be a rat today, consider that like social media would say, oh, he was a rat. And then he can switch it up and go do something else. And they'll follow that. Now, the time where the gods say, you know what? It's time to get the power to the next artist. He gonna keep doing it. You hate to say it, but he gonna keep he winning. Whether we like it or not, that man winning, man.
Yeah, he's not the only one that he's winning, man.
And all the mainstream artists out right now could not top a person coming out of jail, 6ix9ine coming out of jail and dropping a video, not a record. Well, actually is a record too, but a video, and blew up 10 times harder than a label pushing a mainstream artist right now. He got the fans, man. He got followed.
I mean, which fans could it be? It will have to be Middle America, because I'm pretty sure nobody from New York will is supporting him now.
Well, there's some New York people still like him.
Listen, there could be. Him. Yeah,
I'm not defending him. I'm not defending what he did. But to be honest, on my end, I really can't tell you what he did because I went with the lawyers and I don't know really what happened. But from the end result of what we hear, we would say, yeah, he did as he did that. But until you actually was there, you can't really iron out where the wrinkles was at. You know what I mean?
Good point.
So I really stay away from, unless I physically see the video, like him snitch. I'm not gonna just, I don't label people like that. I gotta actually see it.
But why is it you think that people like 6ix9ine and it doesn't have to be young starter artists, but other people, like it could be even regular artists that have been in the industry for a while, actually do this type of shit? Like they come out and do these little trolleys that come out of so left field, and it's like, okay, why? And sometimes even spit out and talk shit to other artists, like other mainstream artists or even bigger superstars. Like why is it that people like do stuff like that? It's like they're trying to get to attention, like Kanye does, that every time he starts talking nonsense, it's because we know some new Kanye music is popping out? Or is it really hate or glowed or something? I don't know. Like, what do you think about that?
I'm gonna give you an example. The most viewed and considered to be the most hated man right now.
Who? Tekashi? Or there's someone else? Oh boy.
Even more than him.
Oh, talk to me.
Donald Trump.
Ugh. Who doesn't?
Donald Trump can do a tweet. Not only do the news, every news media grab it.
Yeah.
Every person grabs it.
Yeah.
Everybody who has a Twitter account grabs it. And they read. Yeah. And why he keep getting all this, this juice like that? First of all, there's a lot of people that don't like him, but there's a lot of people that do like him. And you just have to take into consideration this. There's a lot of people, if we just look at our little 3-dot ratings, the little few friends we got, out of everybody, there's at least 5 people don't like you. Or maybe a little bit jealous of you. Or feel some type of way about you. And you never did nothing really to hurt them. Right? So it's a give and take. Was ever popular, whatever is popular right now, social media, word on the street, who doing the dumbest thing, who said the stupidest thing, TikTok, all those things are forms of expression that cater to lies, false images, doing things they won't do on their job, and people still watch them. You can watch a stupid video, a stupid person do something stupid, and you'll still watch it. You'll go down as a view. That's just...
Yeah, that's the sad reality of what's going on. We either love it or hate it, but we're still marked as like, oh, one person saw it. Yeah. We're a numbers game. But now you're talking about on a superstar level. I'm not considering Donald Trump a superstar. I will never see him as a superstar, but he is a big known celebrity. I'm talking about medium-sized people. For example, people who are listening to me, so you can love me or hate me for saying this. I don't care. This is my personal opinion. Pusha T. Now, you know Pusha T has been in the industry for a while. But I kid you not. The first time I've ever heard of Pusha T was like a couple of years ago when Skrillex decided to do a remix of a song of Pusha T did. And that song became wildly popular across the platforms. I mean, it got to the Arby's commercial and everything. Like, that's how wildly popular it is. And after that, like, I don't hear any Pusha T songs. Now, probably it's because I don't hear any Pusha T music. And there's only a few Pusha T songs here and there, but that's what they are. Here and there and that and now. Now, Pusha T become super relevant when last year he started with the story of Adidon, dissing Drake with the whole, putting hand on the Adidas deal. The Drake has a hidden son that nobody knew about it. Drake's friend that has an illness and he was attacking it like, I hope you die, shit like that. And then obviously that Drake and Pusha T beef started it, and then never heard of him again. Bobby's doing some music. It was later on that I realized, like, oh shit, Pusha T is signed to Kanye. Okay, that made sense why there's a lot of hate and beef between these two camps and whatnot. And amidst to all this crap over a year span, I'd never heard of Pusha T ever again, other than him popping on a few radio shows here and there of why he dissed Drake, and going to the Joe Budden podcast of his side of the story. After all that, I haven't heard of him until a week ago or so, when a leaked song from Pop Smoke's album came out, that one of his verse was dissing Drake again with the OVO camp and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, Pusha T's back again to be relevant again. It was like, and then I kid you not, by next week or so, we're not gonna hear of Pusha T again. It's no longer on the tots. So I'm talking about those type of relevancies. Like, why? And especially, and this includes Machine Gun Kelly's shit as well. Never heard of Machine Gun Kelly until all of a sudden I hear Eminem diss him because he actually was trying to hit on Eminem's daughter when she was underage. Yeah, and Machine Gun Kelly become relevant. People want to hear him. People want to hear him spit. He go on radio shows. He got booked over a couple of shows, and after that, shh, quiet. I don't know what is he doing right now. Straight up, don't know nothing. What's he doing? So I'm talking about those guys. Why are they using these superstars platforms to be relevant? Why?
Well, the same reason when COVID-19 came out and they created a mask, nobody had masks. Not every company making masks, neck masks, mask with your football team on it, mask with this on it, mask with this silk mask. My mask got 2 layers of filters. Your mask don't. And on.
These analogies, I don't like them very much. It makes sense, but it's just like, damn it, why do you have to have an answer for everything?
Whenever there's something relevant and you're able to capitalize on it, it's anybody but whoever got something close to it can jump in the game and get their little something out of it and jump on out. Obviously, we ain't gonna be wearing masks forever. Obviously, those artists are not thinking about releasing a record, because if they did, you'd have heard about a record before they did some type of diss or try to rag on somebody. So they really don't want to make a record. They love music. They'll promote other music. But when they see a revenue stream, they see how they can jump on it and monetize it and get on some more radio shows, promote their product, promote themselves.
You think that's why there was a quote unquote supposed leak? So people can start talking about it and have people like, oh, we need to talk to this guy. Let's see what's up.
No, it's always something that's underlining that comes out in the end. Okay, I'll give you an example. Nicki Minaj, who was her last boyfriend?
Was it Meek Mill?
Meek Mill, right?
Yeah.
Who was going at Drake?
Meek Mill. Drake,
why?
Because
it was his music was sorry. Both of them got dope music. You know what it was because?
Why?
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
It was a conflict right there. Either he said something slick or said something that he didn't like, and they fell out. And he started dissing each other on the records. There's always something that sparks the fire, man. And it's never nothing we gonna see. It's always the things that we don't see that ignite the flame. And when it's all over, they teaming back up. And then you hear them take little shots at Nicki. Dude, it's like it's so out front. Like, I don't see how people don't see that job, man. But it's always a spat that they have off camera that causes them to do something on camera. And then you find all the old videos where they did this, and then they'll bring up some old junk when he was yelling at somebody not even talking about him, and they'll put his face on the picture and put the other face on the picture and say him and Drake going at it. But those images was to something else, but they use it as promotional, like, oh, he looked like he going in on Drake and all that. You know, I like when they do the little crap, man, on YouTube. But
yeah,
there's always something underlying, man, that we don't see that get turned up in the light when we see it, man. So yeah, man.
But another issue that I have is that why your gas will only last whenever this guy makes you relevant. If he ignores you and you just keep dissing, how long are you gonna be relevant? It's like it's gonna become in all news. It's like, oh, Pusha T just dissed Drake again. Oh well. It's gonna become a guy. So how long are you gonna last doing stuff like that?
Well, it can't last, but as long any noise is considered promotion, man. It's like
So any good or any publicity is good publicity.
any publicity. When you put a new record out,
Yeah.
you don't always perform on big venues. You be in a little hole in the wall junk with a raggedy system, performing. So it may be something you'll turn. You'll know, man, how you got me singing in this junk? The stage got a hole in it. This one speaker. I'm singing on the PA. Hey, it don't matter. Them two people that was in there that night. It's $9.99 for the album. $1.99 download. Add it to the streams. So hey, all news is good news. It just may not be good for your image, but all news is good news.
I guess so, but I wish like many artists don't have to rely much on other people's success for them to become success, because I believe that's a sleazy way to get in for you.
Yeah.
And I believe that doing stuff like that will get you to the, well, not in the industry in general, will get you noticed. Yes. Are you gonna maintain that noticeable? Are you gonna be? Are you gonna last long in this? Are you gonna last as long as these artists that have been here in the industry for decades? Or are you just gonna be one of those? I've been here for 5 years and disappear.
It'll be just like you said. They'll be here for a few months and disappear. On to the next topic.
On to the next one. I don't like people when they do that. It's just very dishonest. But again, this is my personal opinion. It's what I feel. But I do like when big mainstream artists bring up established artists that nobody talks about, but they bring them up into something and they become well known. Unfortunately, I always see that when they bring up established artists into their platforms,
Yeah.
people will only know for that song and that song only. And afterwards, when they do their own projects, they're not as big as they should. And that's sad to see that it happens a lot when you see a lot of these, and we're like, oh shit, this guy knows or she knows that's good. But then again, it's like it was good for that one, you know?
Yeah, but I think it was an artist. Drake was putting this one dude out, and he had one song, and it was hard. It was a good song too. And they did the video. The video wasn't a real like polished video, but it was gutter, and they was in a club, and then a lot of other artists was in there. What the name of the song? But anyway, the song was good, and because Drake co-signed it, it made it better. Now, if that artist got the talent to make another hit, probably not. But as with anything else, you see talent, throw a few dollars at it, see if it stand up.
See if it
And
sticks.
yeah, and if it don't, you ain't gonna hear them no more. They don't catch. You just go ahead and dump some more water on the flame and just leave them alone. Go ahead and put it out, put the fire out, you know what I mean? But you got to realize, especially with what we consider riding a coattail of something popular, that is how social media is so big. One person does something and everybody views it and they try to do it again. So if somebody do a dance, a bunch of other people gonna do the same dance to look better than them. If somebody wear a certain style of clothes, the other person gonna get those same style of clothes, do the same thing, floss it how they do it, and it's just everybody copying everybody.
Yeah, that's something that happens a lot in the industry where people don't really realize that. This industry is literally a copy paste. It's just they just so happen to know how to copy and paste it. They don't get caught on they really don't get caught but you see this a lot. Like this sort of dance move, you saw it from this artist. This sort of style of singing, you saw it from this other artist as well. The style of clothes, the dreadlocks, and all that stuff, you saw it from this style of artist. And people don't realize that. It literally is a copy paste, but nobody gives a crap. Because it's more of a if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. You also got to realize from my era, there used to be some huge controversy about copying people.
Oh, I hear that a lot.
The biggest thing before you were able to get money from it and able to sue people for it was hip hop. All hip hop records came from sampling.
Yep.
Everything. It's a few people that made original stuff. You can count them on one hand, but everything else, they sample drums, they sample loop, they sample the vocals. James Brown, they sample James Brown vocals, they sample the drum loop, break beats.
They even sample Ray Charles's vocals as well.
Yeah. All those break beats and all that, those are all drum beats ripped from another a 60s, 80s record, 50s record. So the whole culture is taking something and putting a spin on it. But there's other people who don't have their own vision and they'll mimic something to the T and you say, oh, he trying to be like him. And you know what? They don't care because some people don't have any vision or any identity. So if they want to sing like rap like Drake, they'll write rap like Drake, everything like Drake. And guess what? They'll get views on YouTube. Oh, this cat sound just like Drake. But guess what? They ain't gonna go buy your record. But you'll be on YouTube popping. So the whole culture is about taking something and remixing it to something new and adding your own flavor to it. That's the proper way to do it. The other way to do it is people just don't care. They just rip your junk and be all out there buying your stuff and don't really care. So the people who do that, you know, those are the people who I kind of like have a problem with. There's nothing wrong with remixing song, but one thing about nobody will invest no money in you if you sound exactly like a mainstream artist. If you sound like Beyonce, you find a girl sing like Beyonce exactly the same way, same thing, same note, same look, same runs. You'll be popular on YouTube, but you will never get a deal.
Mm-hmm.
You'll never do because they always want the new thing, not the old thing. They always want the new thing. They want to be first putting it out. So they not signing no more Beyonce. But you can get some views. You can get you some views up on YouTube.
How far would that give you? You know how?
Yeah, not far, but hey.
So what will happen to these certain people that you know they try to shoot their shots, the Takashis and the Pushas and the whatnot? What you think will happen to these certain people that pop out of nowhere and then they just basically died out because nobody's talking about? What will you think will happen in the future?
Okay, you got Takashi. What's the other dude did that Gucci Gang?
What's this dumbass name? I totally forgot. It was
Uh,
Smoke little.
Extension or something. What?
No, it says Tentacion passed out. Rest in peace with that guy. But he's the one who got shut down, like gunned down on a dealership. No, the Gucci Gang, I think it was like little something, little not little Zen, little perp, little Jesus. There's so many of these dumbasses that have the same fucking name, and that's another thing. Copy paste. Who started the whole little thing? The whole little, was it Little John, or there was someone behind before Little John?
I don't even know.
Because I know the only littles that I know was Little Scrappy, Little John, and Little Wayne. And then after those three, everybody started copy paste the name little. So I don't know, but I know which one you're talking about. It was that dumbass guy who happens to be from Miami-Dade as well.
So he got the same colorful kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he made records. He made a hit song, but did he make another one? I don't know. He may have did, but I ain't really hear. It's probably a YouTube hit or something. But
probably the Kanye West collab that he did, because I know Kanye West did a collab with that kid. But after that, again, you're right, disappear all over. I don't. Only times I've heard is like, oh, he got arrested. Well, what do you know? Oh, look at that. Right on time to wrap this up, man. So, our final thoughts. What do you think, man?
Well, if you're gonna bite somebody, at least be original, man.
For real.
And if you're an artist that ain't popping, that used to be popping, don't try to diss the man. Go talk to him. Ask him to do a record. Why everything got to be controversy, man? But you know what? You probably wouldn't look at it if it was. So,
straight up
discussion.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It is what it is. My thoughts of the day is, hey, just don't kill each other, man.
I agree.
Yeah, don't kill each other.
There's already enough hate in the world for people to start killing each other. It's like, we don't need this in the music industry. A little bit more peace and love here and there wouldn't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
I guess like my final thoughts to it will be, guys, don't bite, don't be a copycatter. Just, if you are gonna be a copycatter, at least try to create something new out of it from your own. Use whatever you learn as a reference and try to put it in your image. Try to put it in your personality, because that's the only way for you to be relevant. If you're looking for relevancy that will last for decades, it's the only way to do it, to be original. Now, if you're only trying to be here for a few, to get some heat, to get some word of mouth, I don't think this is it for you guys, you know? Like, it's not cool enough to start dissing other people. And these artists, they're dissing each other, they're ripping each other's ear off and whatnot, but then again, after that, they disappear. And we don't hear from them again until they decide to do that. That just shows you like how little relevancy are they really are. Because if they stand on their own, then nobody gives a shit about them. And it's going to be like that. Next week, nobody's going to hear about these guys. So don't be like that. If you want to stay in the industry for a decade or longer, try to be respectful. Try to be humble. Humble yourself way up and be as original as possible, you know? If you want to be relevant in this industry. If not, I'm sorry to say, but you're shooting your fire against 5,000 people, you know? That's not even counting the fans. So we're gonna wrap this up, man. Do you have anything to say, like what to do if you're this type in this scenario?
I to tell you the truth, and for anybody that doesn't see a way that they feel that they can get popular or don't feel like they have enough attitude or personality to get out there, and you think that dissing somebody else will give you that, it won't, because you never had it when you did it.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you do diss somebody and get some notoriety, when it's time for you to capitalize off your diss, okay, now everybody looking at you and your record still trash, maybe it's time for you to just hang it up.
I agree.
At the end of the day, if you use somebody else's name or diss record or do something like that to get popular, it's because you know inside that you're really not popular and you need somebody else coattail to jump on for you to get popular.
Preach.
So if that's your mentality, that's part of the reason why you probably not going to get signed or make a record, because you don't even believe you got it yourself.
Say it loud, bro, please, for the people in the back so they can hear you. Well, man, thank you for this episode. It was pretty good, man. And yeah, I cannot disagree with what you say, man. So, guys, be original. Just be original. Don't badmouth an artist just so you can actually be relevant, because there's enough hate in this world. We don't need that, and you're never gonna be cast in at all. You're just gonna be that one hateful person that nobody gives a shit. You were just relevant for a few hours. Nobody wants to talk to you anymore. And the sad thing about it is now when there's this much hate happening in this world, all these social medias are right now deactivating accounts. So shooting your shots by saying something negative to somebody will get all your social media accounts blocked forever, and now you're nothing. You started at nothing, and then you ended up with nothing. So, sorry guys, but thank you for listening for this week's episode. And remember, every week it's a brand new episode with a brand new topic. So be sure to like and subscribe to get your weekly episodes at the Lone Wolv Podcast for SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. And you can also check out my YouTube channel at lonewolfpop.com. That's lonewolfpop.com. So comment down below to share your experience. We want to hear you guys, what you guys think about this topic. And have you guys ever tried to do that? What you guys think about people who are doing this? We want to hear you guys. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys at the next one. Deuces.